Hey everybody, it's John Foss. Very excited to be talking to the one and only J.G. Quintel. We're talking about his new show. It's actually in its second season, Close Enough. It's on HBO Max. J.G., for people who haven't seen the show, tell us what it's all about.
It's about Josh and Emily, a married couple. They have a 5-year-old daughter, and they live with two roommates in Los Angeles. And the show starts in very normal, relatable places, but then it goes to crazy, surreal places very quickly, pretty much every episode.
Yes, I love the show so far. So here's my question for you, because I know like some of the characters in the regular show were based on you and your friends, or at least the things that you would do. Who in this show is based on who? Which characters in this show are based on people in your real life, and who would that be?
Well, Josh is based on me. I voice him, and it kind of looks like me. And then Emily is kind of based on my wife, and I have kids, and so Candace is kind of based on how they behave. And then the rest of the characters have kind of like joined in different friends from different points in time, and all the writers contributed to like coming up with how those characters behaved and the actors. Um, but yeah, the core is definitely like I want to write a show about the way it feels to like start a family and what that's like.
And I think one of my favorite characters so far, I think her name is Becca. Is that right? The friend that doesn't shut up. Where
Yes.
did she come from?
Ooh, Jerish, while you're out, I'm having some major cravings. Can you pick me up some locusts and goat ears and some of the blood of the innocent?
Sure thing.
Thanks. Oh, and a nice coffee. Thanks.
That was probably from the writer's room, and just the idea that like if you've ever had a friend come back from your distant past and crash at your place and they won't leave, and you're like trying to be nice but trying to get them to go, that that episode will really hit home.
So you do a lot in the show. You write the show. I think you animate the show as well, and you created the show and voiced the show. What's the process like? That's a ton of work. How does it go from your head to what we see on the screen?
Yeah, I mean the crew is huge. So the crew at any given time is like 50 artists, and we have 10 writers, many storyboard artists, and I'm kind of like overseeing and making sure that it's within the tone of the show. But everybody's coming up with this content. We've got like painters. So the beginning, it starts with writing. You write a script, and then that gets recorded by the actors, and then the storyboard artist will listen to that, and they will draw it all kind of like a comic book. That's basically what you're going to see on TV, and then from that storyboard of like 600 or 700 drawings, it goes off to the art department where they'll like make the backgrounds, draw the characters, paint everything, and then that goes to get animated. And when it comes back, we edit it all together, and we put music and sound effects, and then it's ready to go. And that whole process takes about 14, 16 months for one episode.
What's your favorite episode so far, and why?
Oh man, this is a really hard question. I think one of my favorites is Josh Gets Shredded, which is a Josh episode, obviously, but it
Oh
is
yeah.
a direct pull from my life where I was picking up my daughter one day and I threw out my back. And then my wife was like, "You should go to the gym. Your core is probably why you're throwing out your back." And so I did, and then we made an episode about it.
Your core strength is at absolutely zero. I believe it was something like that in
Yeah.
the show, which
Too
is
much
amazing.
sitting and animating.
Yeah. All right. So obviously everybody knows about the regular show, most popular animated series in the last decade, and it ended. And will we see any type of reiteration with that show in the future?
You never know. Like right now, I'm in the thick of it. We got picked up for a season 3 on Close Enough. And so after season 2 drops on Thursday on HBO Max, I'm really excited to get that next season out as quick as we can and see how people like it. But animation is booming, and if people still remember the regular show after we finish this, who knows? Maybe I could do more.
Do you have any other future shows in your head right now that at some point you think you want to visit?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's always ideas floating around. I mean, in the middle of producing a show, you're like putting everything into it, trying to make it as good as it can be, and trying to get it as funny as possible. But there are always these like little moments where you'll be like, oh, that would kind of be a cool thing to pursue. And so you just write it down in a little book, and then when the time comes for like a new pitch, you're ready to try and get something else off the ground.
What's your favorite show of all time?
Oh, I'd have to say The Simpsons, because it influenced me to do what I'm doing now. And growing up, seeing that when it first came out, it was like mind blowing, and wanting to quote it with friends every day after it aired, and just the way the lines and like the animation would stick in your head, like you could see it and laugh about it afterwards. To see a show that would actually make you laugh out loud, I was like, oh, I want to try to make something like that. That's so cool.
Which season?
The all the opening seasons, like I remember like in, was it 89, the very beginning with that Christmas episode, it was like, this is amazing. And then I think I dropped off around college because I didn't have a TV anymore, but I
Yeah.
watched a lot of it at the beginning.
Awesome. Well, JG, I know you got a live shot right after this. I could talk to you all day. Awesome show. I love it, and I can't wait to see the rest. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for being with us. JG Quintel, and the show is close enough. Season 2 is available right now, HBO Max. Check it out.
Thanks for having me.